Hello and welcome to this new Kerbal Space Program video. And yes, we have a lot of stuff to do today. And first of all, we had open missions, which some of them were easy, so I decided to do those with our Prometheus 2 launch vehicle. We're currently mass producing them, which is why we can launch them whenever we want to. And don't worry about the rocket on the bottom, of course we're not gonna use that one, in case you thought that, it's just for the contract itself. Today we have a few things to do, some of which are finally doing our Kerbal alarm clock, and others bringing ships back to home, Earth, and getting all that science. As you can see, we did have a little 360 spin, but luckily it didn't matter as much because we had enough Delta V and therefore could complete our mission successfully fully. So after doing that, I decided to bring our Muno 2 mission back home, this time using Aerobraking. If you don't know what that is, it's basically re-entering the atmosphere by a slight bit so you don't land yet, but you come in contact with the atmosphere. Obviously you'll fly back up, but your apogee will be much less than before. And if you do this repetitively, your apogee will decrease and decrease over time until the apogee is within the atmosphere. This method is often used to slow down fast spacecraft returning to Earth, as the fast one re-entry can be dangerous for vessels actually. Even if they have a heat shield, it might not be enough. So as you can see, I'm trying to get a precise maneuver to do our altitude in an exact orbit of our periapsis being at around 80 kilometers. And what I didn't know is that I put the periapsis a bit low, so we didn't end up having that much orbits. So I retracted all of our antennas right there, and as you can see, 11,000 meters per second. I don't know if you would want to re-enter fully with that. So of course we're going to slow down now for our safety. As you can see, our apogee is getting very lower as we speak. Yeah, we're about to overheat our antennas, which I didn't think would happen because basically they're behind the heat shield. It doesn't matter because we're already back up again with a beautiful sunrise at there. So as you can see, our apogee decreased by a whole lot, which is why our next orbit will definitely make us land. But for now, before landing, I still wanted to do our alarm clocks. So I've announced this in the latest video, but this time I'm actually doing it, and I prepared a few missions, of which one we will launch still this video. and the other ones in upcoming videos. And as you'll see, I'll add about 5 launches, but obviously this won't be enough for the whole time, which is why I'm gonna add more and more rockets that will be flying soon on the list as we get more missions or contracts. It depends on that. So you could say this is our to-do list. As you can see, I did a precise description as well to know everyone what they're about, but for now they're not as important because obviously we're not going to do those in this video yet. So on to our second re-entry, which will definitely be the one that will make us land, or you could say the second time aerobraking. So exactly the same thing happened as I said earlier, or apogee will be within the atmosphere, therefore we slow down so much that we are now able to open up parachutes and land safely. As you can see, I just surpassed the atmosphere re-entry heat, and I'm now opening the parachutes within the cloud. And remember guys, this vessel has came home from an orbit in moon, and it explored a whole new ton of science. So as you can see, I gained a total of 200 science with only this mission. So with that, I got advanced space exploration, and which gives us access to the mobility research lab, which will be very useful later in the game when having difficult times to gain science, as well as a light scanning arm there for scanning rocks. We will use this once you have operating rovers, but for now this is not a big topic. So now I'm launching yet again another Prometheus 2 rocket off the pad, as I have accepted more contracts, as you can see here, and it was just a quick mission, so nothing to worry about. What I like though is that we actually saw it in sunset, so it was very pretty there. So once that landing was done, I skipped a bit of time, as you can see by the day night. But this is because, as you can see on your screen, we've reached one of our missions, which is the Moonoid 1 mission. And the goal of this mission is to have a permanent orbit around the moon for communication purposes, and this will be useful very later on when trying to get on the far side of the moon, because obviously the far side of the moon is a side of the moon where the Earth doesn't have any contact with. It's on the opposite side of the moon. It's never facing to us, so of course we'll have to have some kind of satellite communication there, so we are able to control vessels from there. But of course you cannot also forget this satellite is supposed to just make our satellite constellation a bit more stable, and even if it's not on the far side of the moon, we still have a good satellite connection with Earth. As you can see, I'm currently doing my burn to go to the moon. I'll still finish this burn, but I will not skip till the end to our next burn where we actually have to orbit the moon, because yeah, it just would be like too much of a time frame in one video. So I'm gonna do that next video, as well as a few more missions. And there was our maneuver node successfully done. So now we had a flyby around the moon, as you can see right here, and I will orbit that next episode. And as you can see, we just have enough fuel to make it. But yeah, if you like this new Kerbal alarm clock system, please let me know in the comments, and I'll try my best to use it more often in the videos. For now, that's it. So I want to thank you for watching, and I hope I see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye.